It was seen as a crucial summit for the GCC, leaders having patched up at least some of their major differences after 3 member states withdrew their ambassadors from Doha back in March. Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Bahrain had accused Qatar of destabilizing the region by supporting the Muslim Brotherhood and giving refuge to opponents of fellow Gulf states. Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani opened proceedings calling for unity and solidarity.
The Gulf countries depend on unity, and we need to get rid of sectarian rifts. The phenomenon of terrorism in our age, and our region in particular, and the challenge terrorism puts on every one of us, necessitates the Arab countries and the international community to work collectively and adopt the necessary measures in order to get rid of terrorism and to deal with the real reasons, the political, social and economic reasons for such terrorism.
Well before the leaders of some of the world's richest countries arrived here, security was uppermost on their minds. They see 3 conflicts, Iraq, Syria and Yemen, as presenting more and more of a threat in their own countries here in the Gulf. And dominating discussions behind closed doors here is what they see as the continued growth of ISIL, the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. In an attempt to widen their security efforts against ISIL, the GCC summit decided to form a joint counter-terrorism police force to be based in Abu Dhabi. It also agreed to work towards setting up a joint naval defense force. It would coordinate with the US-led coalition force with its frequent airstrikes in both Syria and Iraq. Saudi Arabia is believed to be most at risk of the so-called terror threat.
Having the extremism in Iraq and in South and in Yemen also, 2 big countries with a big border. For instance, Yemen, they share with Saudi Arabia 1,400 kilometers and Iraq more than 800 kilometers. So to have a threat in your border, north and south, it creates a big problem. And at the same time, we understand that if a snowball effect is going to happen, it will not exclude anybody.
Qatar's Foreign Minister Khaled Al-Attiyah said the GCC was showing solidarity in efforts to resolve all conflicts in its region. And he said Qatar had agreed to work within the GCC to help Egypt to become a strong and stable country. The 6 states of the GCC may have been through what some of them see as its most damaging diplomatic spat, but they appear unified now. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Doha.